Today we're going to look at Claude Cowork, and we'll test 7 different use cases together with this Claude Cowork. It has very interesting capabilities. It's been a big deal since it came out. It's being talked about a lot. There's actually a reason for that, because thanks to Cowork, Claude now works integrated with your computer. And very interesting, it's become even more integrated, and you can develop very interesting solutions. You don't even need to use many applications anymore. And these will be even more surprising in the future. You can see it even now when you experience it. I'll also try to show you how you can use it. But as I always say, ways of working, ways of doing business are changing a lot. You have to use and learn these in your career. Your company's employees have to use and learn these. Because as your competitors adapt to these, you'll fall behind. Starting a venture, building a business is easier than ever. Because by developing micro employees and micro solutions this way, you can make things that used to be very difficult very easy. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Claude Cowork is on the screen. We're looking at it together. Let me turn to my screen like this. We're looking at it together. I've got the screen. Sorry. You can see it here. Claude Cowork has certain features. With these features, you can do a lot of things. Previously, there used to be chat and code here. Now, something called Claude Cowork has also been introduced. A tab has also appeared on the left side. First of all, you can decide which area you want to work in from here. I'll choose desktop because I'll click allow like this. I'll choose desktop because there's a complex desktop environment. You can see it like this. It says, okay, I only need these. It might say, if I don't need the others, let me delete them or something, so that it doesn't say that. You also need to provide that rule set. As I always say, the important thing is this. How you write the prompt, how you communicate with artificial intelligence determines the result you get. Don't set specific rule sets. Think of it like raising a child. You tell the child, go to the grocery store. For example, you said that. Are there any kids who go to the grocery store anymore? Are there? I don't know. There used to be. You told a child to go to the grocery store and buy something. The child went and bought it, but you didn't specify what to do or avoid in between. They might talk to strangers. They might stop by somewhere else on the way. The child doesn't have a set of rules. It's the same here. Go to the grocery store, but don't talk to anyone. Just buy these. For example, don't buy chocolate. I want you to buy these things. Come straight back without stopping anywhere. When you give a prompt like this, you can think of it the same way as giving rules to a child. They will try to follow them. If you don't give the rules, they might say, but you didn't tell me. It's the same here as well. You can think of it that way. It's working on the one hand. We're watching right now. Interestingly, now it works with files. It's going to clean this up. We're going to get rid of this view. It can work with files. It can recognize your system. So it's like having a system that is as capable on the computer as your own hands and feet working alongside you. I had seen its simpler features before. Apparently, there are 130 files. And there are 120 files as well. They're idle. It put everything in place. Let's see. Spotless. You can see it. It's really spotless now. Amazing. Amazing. All right. This is our first test. So you can do a lot of things on your computer. Now we're moving on to the second one. This time I'll change the classic. I've selected this area. Now why did I select this area? At Cowork we'll do this. You'll also see how it can be done. Now let me intervene first. Open slide from Chrome and create it that way. I've intervened, because actually it can use Chrome as well. First it learned what it needs to do. Rank AI versus it opened Chrome. Now it's going to open Google Slides and create a presentation itself from Google Slides. This is the beauty of it. It's truly an assistant. Login. Okay. All right. At this stage, I always say allow. It opened it. Let me close this. How does it do this? We have our extension right here. That's how it does it. I said it's here. By the way, I'm not touching anything right now. And as you can see, the thing controlling it is Cloud. Cloud Cover is controlling it. It will prepare a presentation for us on Chrome through that. Through Google Slides. This is our second usage suggestion. Actually, by sending cover to certain sites, you can have it do something for you. By the way, it corrected it while you were working. Presentation to rank here. You can have it do any task on any site because we have our extension on Chrome. By using that Cowork, by using that, what it's doing here, okay, it got a bit mixed up. The name got a bit mixed up. Let me fix the file name and so on first. It's starting to create it. Like I said, I'm not interfering. It's progressing on its own. Okay. Interesting. It's really fascinating to see it do it this way. Okay. Let's continue. As you can see, it has started preparing the presentation. It's writing. Of course, you can also change their designs. I've stopped it now. You can change the design. You can add more features, but there is a system that prepares presentations for you, that prepares a presentation from your computer like this. You can imagine how far this could go, or it shows how you can have it do research and prepare documents, even create short videos for you. It's a very interesting skill because normally with CapCut or Premiere, you have to do this manually. But this skill takes the long video. Cloud. With what we call a skill, you can add abilities to Cloud, just like the workflows in N8. You can add abilities just like the workflows in N8N. To the skill, it's very useful. I use it a lot. I'll make other videos about this as well. Basically, this is what our skill here does. Long. I gave it a 19-minute video. I did this to create a trailer, a promotional video for LinkedIn. It will add subtitles and effects like this. You can correct these, you can edit them just by speaking. As you can see here, as I always say, you need to discover how to use what and how. The most important thing you need to do is this. Tools are evolving very quickly. The technical knowledge barrier is dropping very fast, but no one can build the logic for you. Doing business using tools, only you can establish the logic for progressing with these systems. Those who move forward here will already advance quickly, will move ahead. That's why, for me too, it always comes down to which tool you use in this matter. That's why it's problematic. In Europe, Europe as a whole is not moving very fast either. America is implementing very quickly. Spain is also implementing quickly, likewise. There are some bureaucratic issues in Germany. In general, I see things like this globally. The UK is implementing very quickly. Actually, it's the fastest implementer, because even in the education sector, which has this perspective, it's necessary to integrate these things into education. Because when you know these and work with them, you will truly become competitive in real life. But now, by the time these things actually take hold in the education system, all these new things will have advanced much further. The systems. That's why there are problems there, and I can't really say much about it, but I think a solution needs to be found. So what is it doing now? It said, okay, FFmpeg. It's using FFmpeg. It's solving it itself. How it's going to do it. It said it's a 19-minute video. It said 4K. It said I need to make it vertical. Okay. It said I'll add a sound effect. It said I'll burn in the captions as well. That's what it's called, burning in. It said the captions will be embedded in the system. Okay. You can find many use cases. There are so many things. For example, sales. There's a proposal presentation. How do you work on spreadsheets? How do you set up interactive diagrams? There are so many examples. I'll show you all of these as well. As I said, the point isn't automation. It's not about memorizing anything. The point is what and where, knowing what to search for, and where is really interesting. Here too, there's a system that evolves and develops on its own. We'll see the result here in a moment. Let's see, it said it's done. LinkedIn trailer. We did it vertically, but that's not a problem. We're checking. It did a good job. Let's see, 39 seconds. I'm going to talk about one of the main platforms I use. I'll talk about Xfield. You can come here and take a detailed look if you want. There are little cinematics, focal length. You need to make these adjustments. Once you make these adjustments, you can set it up from here. But basically, keep this in mind here. Creating a scene is the same way with the video program. This is also my suggestion to you. Always like this. I don't know if I should show this too. While doing it, I chose slow motion. Okay, for example, I chose this. All right, super. Now, I said record. I said to the system, please create me a beautiful nature photo featuring various wild animals in their habitat. I pressed it. Okay, so what did we do now? In Higgsfield, just one. We wrote a prompt to create a visual. I also showed how to use this, where to write what in Higgsfield and where to click. You can also do this as a schedule. The schedule runs what you did at the intervals you want. Actually, think of this as an automation. Now it's become generate image. Let it be generate image 1 now. I saved this. Generate image 1. I opened it from scratch. I'm doing a slash. I say shortcuts. Let's make a mistake. Slash shortcuts. Okay. Yes, that is correct. Please go ahead and generate the requested image for me now. These features. Again, I'm not doing anything. In this way, you can set up very complex workflows. You can have Excel organized. As you can see again and again, image, it says of a living room. It wrote it. There, it will click generate and produce an image for us from Higgs Result. It's not possible to do any workflow like this. It really just started, boom. I didn't do anything. When you schedule this test, for example, to run every 5 hours or every 10 minutes, when you say generate, it will produce it for you again and again and again. Let's see, it's already being generated right now. It will generate again, and you can give it the ability you want in this way. This is really very interesting. Some research needs to be done. A click is needed. There's something you need to research. You teach it. Go to Google. Then check the shopping site. Look at the price. Save this to this file. Do it like this. You can make it as long as you want. And that test, that automation, will keep running continuously. You can design these kinds of automations by yourself. These are very important features. There are some that don't provide much information. Every tool is for you. On anti-gravity, on cloud, on ChatGPT, on Gemini. Each has different features. What's important is your goal, identifying this, etc. That's why you can go into analytics itself, get information, and give it to us. This one went into the wrong analytics, but that's okay. This way, you can get the data. Let's say we don't want to do this on the screen. Let's do it like this. Use. Okay, I understand. Regarding those specific data files, I have already successfully handed them over to you. My primary intention was for you to actually utilize those files for the project as we discussed earlier. Why is that? Because you can also provide files if you want. For example, let me give a file from here. Which one should I give? Actually, let me give meta etc. Create it. Okay, it already found it. The important thing is this. Now it's possible to make sense of everything. These are the actions of thousands of users, their follower processes, purchases, everything. I think this is one of the most important things. Marketing departments, sales departments. I also know that there have been a lot of such requests in our communities. Hop, it went to Google, one from Dokunanstan. This way, it also corrects its mistakes and can keep working in the background. You can do many things this way. By pulling the data, as I said, you can also derive meaningful analytical strategies from meta. You can also create a skill related to this. Speaking of which, let's move on to skills. Because these capabilities aren't normally available in the cloud. You are the one providing this capability. When you do these things with skills, it becomes much better. You can find skills in several GitHub repositories. You can find them on Reddit. There are some very interesting skills. For example, here, running media content, image. Here's something else. What else is there? There are skills here as well. Social media analysis. Let's take this one, okay? Actually, we can take this one too. What does the campaign do? It analyzes campaigns. It provides audience insight. Great. There's a CEO. There's a CTO. Very nice, really very nice. There must be things related to marketing as well. Maybe there's research. Keyword research. Let me take a quick look. You can find these kinds of skills, discover their features, and use them. We're examining this skill. First, let it review the skill file. I've given this. Let it explain what it does so it understands itself too. This is 6 as well. That's how it works for you. I said I want to use Kaya. Imager doesn't have the direct capability to generate images in the cloud. Right now, we're actually going to give it that image generation capability. We'll do this using an external API. I said examine Kaya, let it do this application with Kaya, let it review and update if necessary. So let's go to Kaya. Actually, Kaya is the place where you can get these nano banana images at the cheapest price. I've arrived at the market. We already think about why it doesn't exist. Now I requested another image. I asked for a living room image. Let's see how it will generate it. A moment ago, it made an alien for us. It downloaded the image automatically. Yes, it really made an exact copy. It might not realize that it downloaded it, but it did download to my computer. For example, 2 aliens have been downloaded. It definitely doesn't get stuck at all, because it has already been fully downloaded without any interruptions. As you can see, the image generation feature has also been added. You can do everything, really. You can create anything in the video, you can make movies, everything is possible. Now let's do a bit of admin and assistant work. For example, how would it use your CRM? What would it do with emails? Can it help you with your calendar? I'll show you these. I'm starting a new test and I said, I want you to help me with admin tasks. Check the calendar for the next 7 days. Reply to emails, respond to incoming emails and meeting requests, clean up promo emails. This is not a chatbot. Cloud Wipe Coding is not just a coding tool anyway. It's an ultimate assistant, in other words. You have an assistant that you can get to do any task right at your fingertips. With this, you can set up logical microworkers. I always say this, microworkers who are always trying to say it. Microworkers are the future of this business. You will have your own workers too. They will work in companies, in micro companies. That's how I see the future. Instead of one person taking the job, for example, I'm only good at writing emails. I built a company around this. I'm really good at this. I use all the artificial intelligences. Then the company will work with me to write emails. It won't be about one person writing emails in a task. They won't be waiting for a mediocre email. They will get a service for this. Instead of putting up with one person's mediocre skills, maybe at a lower cost, there will be people who can just do those specific tasks. And since you'll be working with 5 or 10 companies instead of just one, you'll be able to earn more money than you normally would. But what does this mean? It means fewer people will be working. Yes, within companies, fewer people will be working. By the way, it has spread throughout the whole city. There will be fewer people working within companies. There will also be a reduction in the workforce. This is already evident from the current state of hiring. It's inevitable given the nature of this situation. Sorry, it will inevitably happen. Because artificial intelligence is truly changing the way we work. But as I said, it's also up to you to take advantage of this opportunity. And this will also work to your advantage because you are aware of it. Think about it this way. How many thousands of people watch these videos? Out of those thousands, how many actually take action? I provide consulting to so many people. At the same time, I am developing my own startup projects. I end up having to work with people. There are people who come and go in communities. Believe me, the biggest problem is taking action. Most people don't understand, even if they hear it. Or even if they hear it, they think they really can't do it. People always end up having to fight against their own values. But if you can adopt this perspective just once, believe me, everything will change. You actually have an opportunity at your fingertips that could change your life. I hope it was helpful. I hope I was able to show you a few things. See you in the next video. Please don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and also like the video. It really helps a lot. Thank you very much.